So check this out. There are 5 Pipe Masters winners set to compete in the 2022 Billabong Pro Pipeline. Do you know who they are? Well, stick around for the answer. Hey everybody, I'm Old Surf Dad, and this is a preview for the Billabong Pro Pipeline. In this video, we'll look at the surf report for Oahu. I'll analyze some key stats in a segment I'm calling Old Surf Data. And finally, I'll make my men's and women's fantasy picks. But first, let's check in with our surf league. So we have a fantasy league around here and a championship trophy for the overall winner. Last year's champion was Jaime Ribs. Congratulations, man. So this year we have a new team called Hat Picks. And Hat Picks is literally me picking names out of my Dodger hat and putting those up. I just hope Hat Picks doesn't beat me this season. All right, if you want to join our league, go to oldsurfdad.com for more information. Now let's look at the surf report. 2022 is off to a great start with several significant swells in January, and yesterday, Saturday, January 23rd, a large XXL swell bombarded the North Shore. A few spots like Waimea, the outer reefs, and Jaws look really good. While this swell tapers down, Billabong Pro surfers will be able to jump back into the pipe lineup and get some last-minute training. As we move into the waiting period starting Saturday, January 29th, it looks like we have some decent leftover swell with waves in the double overhead range, easing through Monday, and then another medium reinforcement on Tuesday, February 1st. The wind looks variable to light trades with clean conditions, and I would expect split peaks at pipe with plenty of backdoor waves. I would definitely consider this when selecting my fantasy team. After that, the forecast is calling for smaller surf, although long-range models hint at a pair of gales forming off Japan that could potentially set up some surf for finals day. Let's hope so. Remember, this time of year, anything can happen and strong swells can form quickly. For more resources, check out the links in the description below. Okay, so who are those 5 former pipe champions that are in this year's draw in the Billabong Pro Pipeline? Well, we start with last year's champion John Florence, who beat Gabriel Medina in the finals. Then 2020 was off because of COVID, and in 2019, a stoked Italo Ferreira also beat Gabriel Medina. In 2018, it was Gabriel Medina who's the pipe champion. Now, that's 3 so far. Then we have Kelly, and I'm talking 7-time Pipe Masters champion Kelly. His last pipe win was in 2013, and his first pipe win was all the way back in 1992, before a lot of the competitors that are on the roster were even born. In fact, Gabriel Medina was a 1-year-old. You want another crazy Kelly stat? In his 28 appearances in the Pipe Masters, he's had 60 excellent scores and has averaged a 4th place finish. That's simply incredible. And what about the 5th pipe champion set to surf next week? Well, that would be last year's women's winner, Tyler Wright. This year, John has a unique opportunity to join an elite group of back-to-back champions who include legendary Jerry Lopez, who won the Pipe Masters in 1972 and 1973. Next is his fellow Lightning Bolt team rider, Rory Russell, who won in 1976 and 1977. The following year, forgotten champion Larry Blair, the first Aussie to win the Masters, won in 1978 and 1979. A decade later, world champion Tom Carroll won the Pipe Masters in 1990 and 1991. And then we have Kelly. Kelly won 3 in a row, starting in 1994, going through 1996. And if that's not amazing enough, Andy Irons went back-to-back twice, in 2002 and 2003, and then again in 2005 and 2006. So good luck, John. I'll be cheering for you for sure. Next, we go from veterans to wildcards. It's been 17 years since Jamie O'Brien won the Pipe Masters as a wildcard back in 2004. The men's wildcards for this year are Hawaii's Barron Mamiya and Peru's Miguel Tudela. Check the links in the description for their surfing, which is more than worthy. Now, recently, I've heard rumblings of a Mason Ho campaign to get him a wild card, and I'm all for it. I mean, not only is he everybody's favorite surfer, but he just won the Dahui backdoor shootout, and with Ryan Callanan's wrist injury, a spot could become available. The only problem is that the Challenger Series rankings say that Jordan Lawler should be next. Now, with all respect to Jordan, the WSL can do whatever they want, and I want to give the nod to Mason. I think it would be extremely entertaining, and he'd be a dangerous competitor for anyone he came up against. Now remember, his dad won the Pipe Masters in 1982 with a broken arm, and he still surfs insane at 61 years of age. He's a true inspiration, which brings up one of my favorite quotes. 100% of people who have surfed the Pipe Masters with a broken arm have won. That's friggin' hilarious. Now also remember, Mason's uncle Derek, rest in peace, won the Pipe Masters in 1986 and in 1993 when he won his world title. Now the other wild card we haven't talked about yet is on the women's side, and it's pipe charger Moana Jones, who's having an exceptional year. She's going to be super dangerous, and I don't think anyone is going to want her in a heat. All right, let's move on to our men's and women's fantasy picks. All right, here we go, starting with the women's picks. Tier A, it's hard not to pick Carissa. I mean, she's been surfing pipe a lot this year. She's in the hunt for the Triple Crown. Carissa's my pick, and Power Surfer. In Tier B, there's a lot of good choices here, and I'll probably surprise you with my picks, which are going to be Joanne DeFay and Courtney Conalog, mostly because of their first round matchups. I could see myself changing this in the reselects, which I'll post in the description below. By the way, if you aren't familiar with reselects and team lock deadlines, also check out the description below for everything on that. Moving to Tier C, I like Betty Lou and Malia Manuel here, but I'm going with Moana Jones. The only problem is there's two of her right here. I don't know, maybe one's the backdoor version, the other's the pipeline version. I'm just going to go with the one with the green rashi. Now moving on to the men's picks. In Tier A, I like Felipe here, especially if the surf is going to be small, and I'm wondering if he's going to ride his quad out there. Griffin Colapinto is not a bad call. Neither is Kanoa Igarashi, who did well last year. But I've got to go with the odds-on favorites. I'm going to take Gabriel Medina and Italo Ferreira. All right, in Tier B, I'm going with John, of course, and I'm making him my power surfer. He's been surfing out of his mind, and I'm hoping he gets back-to-back pipe championships. Next, I'm going with Kelly, who could easily win this event, which is crazy considering his 50th birthday is next month. Kelly lives for this event. I think he's going to do well. For my third pick, I'm going with Jack Robinson, who just straight up performs on the North Shore. Finally, I'm going with Leonardo, and I know that's a crazy pick with Zeke Lau still available, but Leonardo is competitive and consistent, and last year he got 5th place. In Tier C, I'm going all Hawaiian. I'm going to take Imai Kalani DeVault and Barron Mamiya. That's a lock. There's my picks. Again, my reselects will be in the description below. Hey, I wanted to add this here at the end because I thought it was interesting. I discovered this SURFival League when I was doing research to create this video. I signed up for it. It looks like a lot of fun. I made a video about it in the description below that goes into some more detail. My pick for the Pipeline, Billabong Pro Pipeline, it's hard not to say Pipe Masters. My pick for the Billabong Pro Pipeline is Griffin Colapinto for the SURFival League. So check it out if you want, description below. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. If you got something out of this video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed yet, feel free to join us. You can also join our Surf Fantasy League at oldsurfdad.com. Good luck with your fantasy team, and we'll see you on the next one.